The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning. A lot of people today. Fantastic for the last day of the month. My name is Ray. Last name is Reynolds. Write it down if you haven't been here before. They nicknamed me the Godfather of Credit years ago in KNX Radio. Been advertising on that station 48 years, having fun, helping people get to the American dream. Now let's understand something. There's no pictures, there's no recording. Why? Because I said so. And number two, all right, when you film it, it doesn't really sink in here. I want you to have it as habit forming. So I want you to write things down, get out your tablet and pen, and let's begin as we play the game. Now I'm online currently 6 days a week, have been in front of people online 6 days a week for 45 years. This is my last and final year. So let's see what I can do to help you get some goodies like I obtained too. No problem. Rags to riches. Oh my goodness. What can I tell you? I got born in a taxi on the way to Gardena Hospital. She didn't want me. So I got to be with Mrs. Hope, the she-devil from hell. So next, your journey can begin with me, and I'm going to take away all your excuses. Sorry, I'm just going to be kind of blunt. That's just me, because I got to million to billion through corporate structure by the time I was 26. So guess what? I'm going to want you to look behind the curtain, because what happens is you hear people say this or that, and you follow like ducks and sheep. And I'm going to talk to you about personal and business credit today. So let's understand. Get out your personal credit cards, please. Put them in front of you. Years ago, and I'm talking a long time ago, all right, I'm the one who trained Ken Yarborough. He was security chief at TOW in Aspiria. TOW stood for the reports wrong, or Thomas Raymond Warridge. They made bicycle parts. And then from there, they got into they became Aspirian. So let's understand personal credit, rules and tools. I'm sorry you follow like ducks and sheep to your friends and family. Take you a couple of years to get it right, and you're still getting it wrong to this day. So let's do this, because this crazy crap has to stop. Sorry, half of you have bad credit. Half of you jack it up and get stuck, don't know how to play the game. So here's two cards in front of me, 50,000 a piece. I want you to put a sticky in the back of your cards. I want you to write down the limit on the card. I want you to maintain 25% always, never past 29%. You see, this basically would give us 100,000, 71,000 of safety credit. Case blank, hits a fan, lost a job, or pandemic. What happens is very simple. When you take a credit card past 29%, your score drops. Then you get stuck. You can't get any more. Then you can't write up diddly squat. Sorry, you didn't create your line of defense for you and your family. Next, if you want to get the American dream, you have to have a corporation. And everybody's going to give their opinions. Corporation's a legal pursuit. Very simple. I'm not here to give legal accounting advice at all. I know it's confusing between YouTube, Google, and tickety talk. Do this, do that, LLC, that's a stop. Well, that doesn't even matter what type of corporation you get in the beginning. What matters is how you receive money. Now let's understand a corporation, for instance, from basic. It says right there, it's a corporation, it's a legal person. It may sue or be sued. Now I'm 7.5 years old at the Hope family house listening to a poker game. They said that, I wrote it down. They told me it was weird, probably true. So a corporation can be sued or be sued. It can sue or be sued. So, So if you have a corporation, you still get sued. And you can still have the problem come to you. So what did I do? I basically wrote it down. I wanted to do some research back then, so I rode my bicycle down to the Torrance, to the police department. I went next to the library next door and went, ma'am, what does this mean? She walked away rudely. From there, she came back and said, here's a mark of fish, here's a bug. She was a real bee. I just want to know what it meant. See, when I heard it, I thought maybe I could get out of hell. See, I was motivated to get out of hell. Most people, sorry, half of you are lazy. The other half have to be a little crazy. And I went back to the library for 2 years because I was looking for a blueprint. Then I had to create my own blueprint, and I sent my money order away, Secretary of State of California. You know what I found out? Corporations are free. You just pay a little filing fee. Why do people spend thousands of dollars with some attorney, CPA, and corporate service when they don't learn diddly squat? I don't get it. But again, it's very simple. Within 2 years, I created my blueprint and I started helping hand industries. Fantastic. You know what? It's really weird. Back in the 70s and 80s, people got credit cards in the mail without applying for credit. I've been collecting them ever since. I got named the movie Dave as well. Kind of fun. So basically, let's understand something today. At 12 and a half, I had a problem. I was named in a lawsuit. I used the word Braille. I didn't realize the word Braille belonged to the Braille Institution. See, we started the first Orange County Blind Center. And the reality is, like, when you use Velcro today, you don't use Velcro, you use hook and loop. Velcro is a name of a company in El Segundo, California. When you blow your nose on Kleenex, it's actually tissue. So if you have any ideas, all the copies of your ideas you have, make a copy, put it in a Federal Express envelope, send it back to yourself. Don't open the envelope, the judge do that, because you know why? I'm sorry, but some of your friends and family are going to steal your ideas. So set up the website as soon as possible too. So in other words, protect yourself, what you're trying to accomplish. Now that scared the you-know-what out of me, so I had to figure out there's got to be a better way. So what did I do? I set up division process. So when I say don't bring the pain home and never bring the pain home, I actually mean it. I'll give you the rules and tools to figure it out too. So the next thing grown-ups told me when I was a kid, you don't put all your eggs in one basket. I asked what that meant too. I couldn't get a straight answer. So I had to create it for them as well, like I'm trying to create for you. Let's think about something today. If you have a corporation today, it's on the Secretary of State's website. Not only are you the incorporator, you're the officer of statement of information. So that means when they sue the corporation, they sue you. That makes you a duck and a sheep. You might want to think about division process today. They also said put your ducks in a row. What did that mean to them? They couldn't answer the question too. So the bottom line is what I did is I created a corporation with entities called divisions and $1 million of credit and never bring the pain home. Is that okay if you learn a couple things today? So let's understand, I got a foolproof program. You can't really screw it up. So here's some clients. You ever heard of Arnold before? Dr. Lucky, we set up a hospital, Fiji Islands. How about Superman for Gold's Gym? He said, I kick ass and motivate. Got him $1 million credit in 9 months. From there, college professor, Bio University. Homeless people, repackaging them to $1 million dream. From there, Giovanni, 1,000,006. Little Karen, properties in Long Beach. From there, we got basically, she's got her little videos out there too. 1,000,002 in 9 months. And of course, we got to help people coming out of prison. Here's Freeway Ricky, Dickie Ross. Simple. Get him gold and platinum cards. Push those suckers up to $1 million. Then Thomas, he's basically 26 years in prison. Within 8 months, I built his business up, and he was in the coaching every week. And what did we do? Pretty simple. All right, we got him his first dump truck and 100,000 of credit. Now he does millions a year. So let's understand what you forgot to understand, the way it's structured. I'm sorry, you follow people like ducks and sheep, how you started your credit file in the first place. So we ought to look at Franklin D. Roosevelt, our president in 34, before we were born. He had the Gold Reserve Act. That means they confiscated all the gold. The only thing you'd have is a wedding ring. From there, you know what they did? We got our Social Security number, which is an SS5 form, when we were 14 to 16 years old. All of a sudden, in 71, you know what Nixon did? He took the gold standard out. So that means every woman at the hospital who delivers a baby has to sign the SS5 form for the SSN within 2 hours after the baby's born. So they can bond the baby at $35 million apiece. Your problem is your lack of knowledge. So let's show you the biggest mistake most people make in the United States of America Incorporated. All right, they don't realize the SS5 form equal to SSN, Social Security number, and equal to 1040 tax return. That's all it's for, and it's only one. So most of you are screwing it up today because you started to use that for your credit purposes too. So you get one chance. So we got to say we the people, and we have to look at the SSN for one reason. It's tax, 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 and probate when we dead. And when we die in the hospital, that time of death is for the hospital. No, it's actually for the state and federal government because it's federally mandated. From there, we got to play. Now we're going to compare it to the SS4. Put your hands like this just for a second, please. So over here, SS5 is SSN, so that means your paycheck. Your paycheck is taxed, you get the leftover, and you're supposed to survive on that. Good luck on that. Over here, the SS4, we don't pay tax until we're profitable. We're allowed to pay the bills first. So if you can master rules and tools, 1,000 of them that I created for me to get to million to billion, or you can do the same thing too. SS4 form, line 1 right there, legal name of entity, individual person. You can actually put your name right there. So SS5 equals SSN 1040 tax return. SS4 equals 1120 tax return, known as a tax ID. So the bottom line is you never had to bring the pain home. Half of you screwed up your credit. Some of you jacked it up, got stuck, can't get any more, can't ride a diddly squat. What's wrong with you? Hopefully these are turned up today. Now, if you're one of those people who want to be a tax protester, you ought to just go to prison with Wesley Snipes. He went there for 3 years, fined $5 million. See, the only way you can win the game, and I wrote Winning the Game of Business 45 years ago, is play by the rules. So if you're a tax protester, just go to jail, get the hell out of the way. All you had to do in the first place is understand the 1244. You see, you're allowed to take your SSN, which is SS5 and SS4, file one tax return, and almost never pay tax. And that's the ultimate goal. So that's what you ought to think about doing starting today. It's called a single filing. IRS.gov, look up the 1244. That would make more sense to play the game by the tools, right? From there, the lack of knowledge is how people make stupid things happen. People aren't stupid. They just do stupid because they follow stupid. They end up doing stupid, so they're not stupid, but they did stupid. You understand stupid so far? So let's understand corporate credit. The greatest gift you have is you get me. By the way, that's one of your greatest gifts. You don't know it yet because I wish I had a me when I was building my millions to billions. Would have been nice not to make mistakes and understand the rules and tools. So everything under the tax ID is a write-off. So that means very simple today. All right, credit's like free damn money. You pay a little filing fee. And what do? You maintain the monthly payment. See, here's the thing. How are you going to get to million to billion unless you're going to get a raise, win the lottery, or get lucky somehow? So why don't we get to corporate credit, finance the business, and run it all off? It doesn't hurt the family. And the division is great. There's so many things the division can do. 89 ways to play that. It's the line of defense. Truly the line of defense up to $1 million of credit in finance itself. And by the way, you get to build a legacy for you and your family. So let's look at the United States of America Incorporated. What did they get? 50 corporations called states. States got corporations called cities. Cities basically did one thing. Did you know they created in Chapter 9 bankruptcy under the Federal Protection Act for one reason, in case they screwed up or need to bankrupt the debts of a city and stay in business in front of you? Your problem is you just go home and go boo-hoo-hoo. It's time to learn to play with no intent to do fraud. We, the people, corporation, Supreme Court says is a legal person, and you stop bringing the pain home. Is that okay? So let's write down division of me. Write it down. Here's that form again, the entity or individual person. So this means I can put a person's name, corporation, division, or subsidiary right on line 1. I can build you a corporate umbrella if you want me to. The ultimate goal. So division of me. For instance, a car. Here's one of the cars out of the collection. It's a $1 million Lamborghini. All right, it's very simple. Here's the keys. If I buy the car under me and I can't pay the $6,800 a month, they take it away. Now I got shitty credit. Then they report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. So now I have an IRS problem, so I have double shitty credit. Well, that sucks. If I buy it through the corporation, like I showed you, and they sue the corp, they sue me, I'd be a duck and a sheep like you. So what did I do? When I invented the division process, I bought the Lamborghini as a division of a corporation. All right, a division. And I showed you SSN, SS4. Remember that? I guaranteed it as SS4. So now I got no intent to do fraud. But you know what happens? If I got a problem, I get to do the 3-step I invented for me. Once you write it down for you. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate. I got to take that bad piece and put it over here. Kind of like Bank of America, Chase, U.S. Bank, and your cities and your grocery stores do, and maintain all the other pieces. If I can't save it within 6 months under the Federal Protection Act public record, I'm going to bankrupt the hell out of it. Just throw the sucker away. Why would I bring the pain to the corporation and my family? That'd be kind of stupid. I'm not stupid. Did you do something stupid yet? We signed the lease of a corporation of a building. It's the division process. Every piece of property, because why? You don't know who's going to slip and fall and sue you and screw you up. Money. Every time I watch the TikTok and all the Googles and the YouTube, it's like, I don't understand crap. I don't understand BS, okay? I mean, bullshit doesn't pay your bills. That's one of my books coming out too. So let's understand. It doesn't matter what type of corporation in the beginning. What it matters is you're going to receive money of the SS4. It means you get to pay all the bills first, pay tax on the leftover. No leftover, no tax. It's amazing how rich and famous people and companies get lines of credit above what they bring in, and they never pay tax. Isn't that a way to play? It's like looking up the Fair Lending Act today. What do we get? Up to 99 more cards. Get you one, I'll ask, would you like 9 more? See, I can build you a corporate umbrella if you allow me to, and I can guarantee every step of the way. But again, you have a corporation today. I need you to do yourself a favor. Check it on the Secretary of State's website. Look at the corp, find it. Your name's on there as a corporator. You're the officer of statement of information, and probably use your home address like 87% of people do. By the way, that was called stupid. Why? Because they sold you on a mailing list, change it to a mailbox, etc. So we're going to put our ducks in a row. That's what they said when I was a kid. They couldn't explain it. So I said, let's do this instead. I gave them the example I'm trying to give you. Corporation with 3 divisions. Right now, your corporation sued. You're screwed up. You're a duck and a sheep. That kind of sucks. Why don't you create a line of defense? Line of defense. What do you get to do? You get to protect your ass. It's to not bring the pain home. The only way you can do this is division process. So here's a $100 million building I obtained, all right, through the corporate structure across through South Coast Plaza Mall. There's a $1 million Lamborghini, one of the $5 million mansions, and a $1 million race boat. Now, I obtained them. Why didn't you? Are these turned up loud enough today? You can pay attention, wake it up, shake it up, and go get the goodies too. Your biggest problem is you. Get the hell out of your own damn way. That's what I tell you almost every day. So if you let me add you to the credit system, we can go play pool on one of my pool tables. That's just one of the mansions I obtained. What's your goal? You see, I take the calendar today and look at the rest of the year and look how many working days are left. You're in your third quarter. This is the last day of July. And if you blow this, that's on you. So let's understand today is very simple. I've been online or in person for 45 years. This is my last and final year. All right, ultimate goal. Today is the last chance you can get any type of discount, period. I got a bunch of people from that, people in the 6-month boot camp. I gave them an opportunity by 10 o'clock. They blew it. So now they don't get the goodies. The only ones that do are the ones that did it. When I give an opportunity, it's now, 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 now. It's not later. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. It's now, now, now. So the ultimate goal. So let's talk about this. Credit, loan, money. Can you write it down? So let's think about credit cards above $10,000 that usually don't show up on personal credit reports. Okay, let's take $100,000 off of Wells Fargo. There's 3 of them right here. They give us a checkbook. Let's write a check from the Wells Fargo, $100,000, put it in the bank. Same Wells Fargo. Let's reference 3 times 5, 3, 5, 35. They're going to give us up to $1.5 million of a line of credit. And what are we going to do? That's borrow money. If we spend borrowed money, pay back borrow money, there's no taxation. This is how people play the game. And you can play to win too. Your corporation does not do business. It manages entities. I'm going to get you a franchise like I'm getting people right now. I have 8 people getting from Wendy's restaurants in the next 30 days. It's fun. So here's a Wendy's restaurant. And the next thing we get the apartment complex. So this is managing these entities. There's my line of defense. Using borrow money to obtain it, paying it back as borrow money. No taxation. See, your biggest problem all of you have is you're having this rerun of your life, the job and all your routine, but you're not building residual income. When I was 17 years old, I had 19 houses. They told me I couldn't get number 20 because of the loan to value problem. How'd you do that? They kept asking me. So here's to understand something. When someone says no, it's because they don't know how. That doesn't mean they have any brains. So what did I do? I dumped the properties in my divisions, so I freed up my loan to value problem. I have been collecting literally apartment complexes, commercial real estate since I was 17. All right, storage units as well. They're kind of fun in franchises because they build residual income. So I think you ought to focus on $50,000 a month. That's what I would tell you to do. Now today, if you do this today during this broadcast only, all right, it's very simple. There's 4 things we need to do in credit. I'm an affiliate to 119 creditors. If you allow me to add you to one of my accounts, okay, could be one of these, could be $1 million card. All right, what am I going to do? As I rebuild you or basically position you right with the histories, I'm going to make you an authorized user. You're not getting that card. From there, when you're ready, I'm going to ask for them to basically send you a card, but I'm going to request separate billing. So now you have your own account. Got it? That's not hard to do, but you'd have to do what I tell you to do and follow through. Now, 100,000 at the office is 10%. That means it's 10 grand. Currently, they have it on sale for $59.99. If this was done during this broadcast only, and only during the broadcast, all right, you get an extra $2,000 discount. It's very simple. It's $39.99. Why? Because I don't have to pay someone a commission because I sold it to you. You bought it. I can save you a little bit of money today. From there, take a picture of Zelle. Ray Reynolds recipient, ray@racecredit.com. Every time you Zelle for something I offer you, you put RW as a Zelle, Ray's webinar, and you put what you Zelle for too. The ultimate goal. Now, if you need to call the office, 800-254-9506, ask for my controller. His name is Scott. From there, maybe you want to do residual income on properties. Maybe it's Section 8, maybe it's not. It's up to you. Our goal is to build a legacy. I think the whole world's screwing it up and doing it wrong. All these rich and famous people. I'm not going to give my kids anything. I want to make them go hard knocks too. That's called stupid. Family should be leaving legacies like I've been teaching rich and famous people for 45 years. When we die, they should take over our pieces, not just get a piece and forget who we are and just be a memory. Being a memory sucks. So I want you to look in the mirror today. I want you to stare at yourself 5 minutes. I'd ask you to ask yourself, what did you do yesterday, literally, towards the $1 million dream? Maybe we think differently. Maybe we get the repo list, the divorce list, the probate list, the bankruptcy list. Maybe you should sell supply and vendor credit. I have clients that have been doing that for years. I've been teaching how to do. $1 million of credit for the corp in each division, checkbook money, and supply and vendor money. Now, if we did this correctly the right way, by the time you're done turning around, you're probably about a $10 million company. But the biggest problem I have is you. All right? It's very simple. Don't think, just do. Now, making your money, you make a machine. Let's understand what that means. We're going to play. What if you had all this was crappy credit and you had to rebuild this and that? Same time, let's go get some basically vendor supply money. So up to $1 million. We don't pay a bill up to 90 days. We can get what's called OPM money, Dun and Bradstreet. I wrote the rules on that too. And then you can sell on eBay and Amazon. I got clients that do that and make over $1 million a year all the time. Again, if you're not in a package right now, click and take a picture of this. Click. It's the ultimate package. So you get one call with me private for 15 minutes. You get 90 days of level 1, 2, and 3 in specialty. These are basically live classes of me teaching you all kinds of other goodies too. Now take a picture. Based on your investment, that's how much bonus credit you get. Ultimate goal. Now, if you just want the 100,000, it's normally $59.99. I offer today, if you let me do it for me, $39.99 if it's done now during this webinar only. There you go. Take a picture of that too. Now from here, maybe you want calls with me. 1, 3, 6, 7, 10, 26. Because I do calls every day in coaching. So here you go. Zell, RW, Zell. That's all you got to do. From here, let's understand. If you need help, use a credit card or debit card, they charge an extra 5% because that's what the bank charges us. So the bottom line is always ask for Scott, 800-254-9506. Now, I like goodies. You like goodies yet? No, right, God's gift, the mansions in the harbor and the race boats and the yachts too. More goodies so you can see. We get to play. Now, me, I accomplished all my goals by the time I was 26, 2.6 billion corporate structure. There's me, the highest kick and the fastest kick on the planet in 1981. You see, every time I hear some idiot say, white man can't jump, hell, I hold the record. What the hell is he talking about? Ultimate goal, kicked at the lights that night. No matter where you come from, guess what you can reach? Your goals. It's simple. My first car was a Quintos Lamborghini. I bought it at an auction when I was 14 and a half years old. So today, when you hear no, please do yourself a favor. Thank you. Have a nice day. Get around there, look behind the curtain. You see, you got 1,000 steps you have to master every step of the way. It's not easy. Now, what's the thing you got from your family? Your legacy. What did they leave you? Big fat zero? Sorry to say, it's probably true. Did you know a corporation lives forever? And you're not, you're going to die? We're all going to die. So let's think about your legacy starting today, my way. I like to rebuild the American dream and do it the right way. Why don't we write down irrevocable trust? Why don't we write down UCC1? So if you look at your house, it has a deed of trust, your car has a pink slip. The assets in your house or office, who's going to get them when you're dead? They should be tied into a UCC1, recorded at the county recorder's office, turn it to a chattel mortgage, and tied to irrevocable trust. See, when I die, I know exactly where my goodies are going to go. I already have it all controlled. So I'm planning to die, planning to live, and plan the problem too. Ultimate goal. That's what I just said. You might want to write it down. Plan the problem. There's always someone trying to kick your ass at. Plan to live, plan to die. Ultimate goal. I always build credits for people at the times 10 times that they invest in a program. All right, so if they spend $1,000, they usually get $5,000 more. 5 times their investment as I rebuild their life. I just want to take away their excuses. And then my wife calls this my hobby. See, I'm 3,000 an hour and 25,000 a day. But for the last 45 years, I have this thing that I do with people like you, trying to help you every step of the way. So let's draw the diagram in front of you. Corporation, divisions. Now your banks use corporations, subsidiaries. That's a corp owning a corp. Bank of America so far is bankrupt 5,000 locations. They got in trouble 2 weeks ago. Or even died 100 million. Oh, there was Chase last week. They got shut down and screwed up that too and got in trouble. And then you got Wells Fargo all the time. Isn't that amazing? They get to play the game in front of you and you get to complain, all right, about rich and famous people. It's kind of like shut up and join them. All right, so all your bank's bankrupt locations called branch numbers, they get a tax credit in front of you. Sam's Club's actually bankrupt 1,500 locations so far. Geico, cities. So you might want to think about today, all right, think about stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and become a millionaire through the corporate structure, reprogram your brain. I'm going to tell you about my blueprint. I started at 9.5 years old. I call it see it, believe it, go get it, because I have no excuses, neither do you. My thought of the week is very simple for you. We're going to give you 5 things to write down. You got your tablet and pen? You ready to begin? Because you got to quit trading. Number 1, you need a 750 score. Number 2, you need a corporation and divisions. Number 3, you need cash credit up to $1 million. Number 4, you need checkbook money at $150 per entity. And then number 5, you need $1 million of supply and vendor credit. That's what you should be writing down, because that's what you actually really need. The structure of that too. So let's draw the diagram in front of you one more time. We'll put our ducks in a row and stop bringing the pain home. And then I rebuild your life, repackage you under the same corporate umbrella. Ultimate goal. You might get stuck with me for 3 months, 6 months, maybe a lifetime too. I got my TV and radio show starting January 2024. So I won't be around 6 days a week anymore. Now, I help rich and famous people all the time. What did you do to start your business? We're thinking about it today. I bet you sit down with the family and friends at the kitchen table. And what did you do? Oh, sorry, someone hopefully had an IQ of more than a peanut. And they said, what happened? Something's wrong. What you did is very simple. You jacked up your cards, you dropped your score, you got stuck, you couldn't get any more, and you couldn't write out diddly squat, and you hawked your house. I'm sorry, every consumer that does that's called stupid. I don't think people are stupid. I think what they do is stupid. There's no reason to ever hurt the family. I didn't have a family as a kid, so I protected with everything I got. Never bring the damn pain home. Write down today's day. Let's project 90 working days. Let's go get the goodies, and I'll show you how to do that too, and I'll do most of them for you anyway. Winning the game of business for 45 years ago, paid 6. Cash flow free per time. I sold the Millionaires Founders Kit at the Bonaventure, 12 books, CDs for $5,000 a set for 32 years. Now understand something, I'm going to warn you about these books and CDs. When my wife went to the office at One Technology Drive, when I was in a coma 14 years ago, she found Ron stealing my inventory. She realized that was his second trip. She donated all my books and CDs to the church. From there next, all right, Tom sold my websites, all right, literally all my phone numbers. I'm literally in a hospital, going to die, and this turd's just screwing me over too. And then when I went to Chase and when I didn't die, then he wrote some bullshit article out there that I was in prison, all right, instead of being dead in a coma. See, my point is I want you to protect your asset, protect you. People around you are going to screw you over. Not all of them, just most of them. All right, you loan money to somebody, right? And they say, well, I'm sorry. See, they have no value what you give away for free. They don't respect it. So you can't let someone steal your goodies. So don't call that phone number. Why? It still to this day goes to a porn site. If you want a copy of the Millionaires Founders Kit, it's free. All you got to do is sell $99. It takes care of shipping and handling. There's your Zelle information, Zelle today. If you got a call, remember there's a 5%. They're going to charge on top of that $99, and you ask for Scott, he'll run the card and ship it out right away. So again, starting a business, running a business, oh my goodness. Again, you don't know who's going to knock you down, the employees, suppliers, creditors, families, friends. Hopefully they're going to catch you as you fall off the cliff, or you're just going to die. Me, it's pretty simple. I didn't get a family. I got used and abused as a kid, and it sucks. Ever since I was 2.5 years old, I wake up at 2:25, just like today, and thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go up and then look in the mirror. I've been giving myself a mirror test ever since I was 2.5 years old. I learned to read at 2.5 years old too and memorize. So let's understand. I put myself in check every day. Did you do that for you today? All right, you're probably going to just cloud your directions, listen to your friends and family, and they get in your way anyway. Now, 14 years ago, it's very simple. I'm worth millions and billions. I got 3 yachts in my backyard. Very simple. Where you park yours. Ultimate goal. The bottom line is, a wife wanted to have one of the yachts take people out of fireworks. So how many people which yacht we're going to take? No problem. Next day I'm going to come and I got to die at 5:41. Kind of sucks. I hear what's going on in the room. Tax attorney tricks my wife to sign a POA. Nurse asked my wife if I was a donor. From there, the bottom line is Jesus said I can stay in peace or go back. I said go back. See, I moved 24 times time I'm 11.5 years old. Went to school in Hawthorne, Torrance, Watts, Long Beach, all these great areas. You had to learn to kick it or run, and I would rather die than run. I've been shot twice, not 6 times. I got no excuses. But I want to take away all your excuses. Because that's why people just sit there going, beep, 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 all the time. See, I believe I'm God's true example for you. Ultimate goal. I got a book coming up this year called Jesus is Not a Drive-Through. See, being a Christian is a way of life, not a moment in time. What I try to teach people is to basically bite their tongue, live longer. It's another book I have coming out too. I literally have 39 books ready to go to the publisher, ready to go. Bite your tongue, live longer. Simple. As an example, men, shut up. Because the more you want to say anything to a woman, she's a tape recorder, but you can't take it back. You want to yell and scream, go do it outside because they don't give a shit. So do yourself a favor. Bite that damn tongue, all right, and live longer. You'll stay safe. Ultimate goal. What do you need to do? Simple. I think you need to get past go. I think you're stuck. Let's show you some Lamborghinis, some of the collection. The Duffys, the mansions, how white men do jump and stupid people say we don't. From there, we got basically more Lamborghinis, race boats in the backyard, helicopters, U-Docks, and yachts and Ferraris. I call it race rules. What would you call it? So those are just little things I obtained. Would you like to play yet? Let me know. We're going to use my blueprint. See it, believe it, go get it. The ultimate goal, actually doing the work and getting through that process, and you're going to accomplish your goal. Now, credit repair, I'm sorry. It's a fraud. You know how many stupid people pay these credit repair flaky companies $100+ a month for 2 or 3 years and still have shitty credit? The only thing you can do is rebuild your credit. You cannot repair it. Hell, it's not broken. So if you've been stupid enough to be ripped off, then you're stupid enough to lose money and still have shitty credit. But that doesn't mean you're really stupid. You're just trying to do something without getting involved in your problem that you screwed up. Today, I'd like you to download Section 611. Find out what you can do for yourself. Next, I'd like you to think about, all right, the debts you might have today. You can't rip off your creditor. You got to man up and woman up and collect anything. You have an open collection account, negotiate the damn debt. Now, if you really want a 750 score, it's not hard to do. Negotiate any open collection account. All cards at 25, 29% rule, like I told you, but 2. From there, a rapid refresh. That'll get you to 750 score. Now, if you learn the KISS method, you'll never bring the pain home again. KISS stands for keep it simple, stupid. Again, I think half the people are lazy. The other half need to be a little crazy. The reality is you need to see it, believe it, go get it. Here's your first 25 steps today. Intuit Credit Karma. Bought them. Intuit bought Credit Karma December 3rd, 2020. So no phone number to help you. Ultimate goal. Now we have to look at it's very simple because I want my dashboards to be their competition when I find the right IT company to help me do that too. Ultimate goal. So let's obtain your credit reports. Let's analyze you. That means I want to get you a 750 score in 90 working days. Is that okay? The ultimate goal, what I'm going to do from there is I have 10 classes on Saturday, 6 o'clock till 5 o'clock in the afternoon live. The one at 1:30 is educationalization, all right, 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I call your case number in rotation. So that way you hear from me exactly what I expect you to do. Here's that form you never pay attention to. By the way, it's an SS5 form, name to be shown on card, full name at birth other than above. So the SS5 form equals SSN equals 1040 tax return. When you look at your Social Security card in your personal wallet today, it'll say do not laminate, don't carry with you, don't use for ID purposes, and it always says Property Assessment Administration, not you. You got that number for one reason, to create your 1040 tax return. The ultimate goal. The first company you ever worked at, you thought they were ripping you off. Where's my money? And then that company pointed out the IRS gets their cut, you get the leftover. See, that's what makes us ducks and sheep. You also have the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, all right, Supreme Court, and we the people. That allows us to file one tax return under a 1244. Ultimate goal, so we don't have to be a tax crook. Ultimate goal is very simple. So you get one SSN, well, that's all we get. We get one tax ID for the corporation. And that means if they sue the corp, they sue you. Kind of sucks. But banks and grocery stores have subsidiaries and entities just like a division. So if you listen carefully about the division process, you don't have to bring the pain home to you and your family or the corporation ever again. So let's rebuild you under the SSN. That allows me to take a corporation, all right, and make you the CFO for the corp and the divisions. Same time, I want you to get the SS4 and master that too. Choose wisely from now on. Be a double CFO. Put your ducks in a row under the same corporate umbrella and quit bringing the pain home. There's that SS5 form. Why don't we compare it to an SS4? So here it is. Line 1 says legal name of entity. That's a corporation, division, or subsidiary. It also says you can put your name there too, because you didn't pay attention about the whole process in the 1,000 steps, because this form even says one thing: banking and credit purposes per entity. That's truly a second chance, and in a way that you never bring the pain home ever again. So your corporation's allowed to do 4 things. Number 1, buffer tax. Those taxes due till you're profitable. I don't give a damn what type of corp you set up in the beginning. Whatever it is, when they sue you, you're still a duck and a sheep. From there, I want you to understand corporate credit's a write-off. Let's have it finance itself. All right, the car is fleet price and a free buffet. Now the divisions do the line of defense. They're cheap. Multiple functions buy at wholesale price. Multiple credit reports in real estate, separate liability. Remember, you can't take a picture and take and film this. You got to write it down. From there, understand divisions give you the line of defense. So if you run a corporate division process like banks, grocers, and cities do, you can make sure you don't bring the pain to the corporate or your family ever again. Now, I'm going to guarantee what I say I can do, 100%. This means flat out, all right, I will guarantee as long as you're part of the program, you follow through, you do what I tell you to do, and you go to class and not following you up. Violation is jacking up cars, don't do that. Or applying for credit, and well, the program, don't do that because you'll crash your rapid rescore. If you do that, I got to close your case or charge your fee. Be responsible if you screw up. Don't blame anybody else, please. Past cannot chase future. You got a collection account, negotiate. IRS has a problem too. No, they have a solution for you. They have a form called 656-433A and B. The ultimate goes step 3. So let's understand that 750 is waiting for you. If you allow me to analyze your credit right away, you allow me to do a rapid refresh, you'll get a 750 above, as long as you do what you're told to do, and you're part of the program starting today. Here's a nice lady. She's got a 651. Wonder why her score doesn't go up. She don't have bad credit. I said, why are you using half your cards? She says, my attorney, CPA, and banker told me to. I said, you're listening to Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber. No green lights. I pushed her up with a rapid rescore over 100 points and got her green lights. Now she maintains an 801. Is that okay? Here's a nice couple who were tricked by a bankruptcy attorney. They didn't need bankruptcy. See, never file bankruptcy ever, in my opinion, unless they're going to garnish your wages tomorrow or they're going to sell your house in court today. If not, there's always a way to play the game and win. Here's a $500 card to get them unsecured. Here's here's $3,000 to help balance their debt. So if you allow me to rebuild your credit, you basically get a rapid rescore. You go to class, you pay attention. Our target is 750. The ultimate goal is very simple. All right, it's $9.99. We give you $1,000 card back to you, and the ultimate goal. Now during the broadcast, All right, I give you 50% off of $4.99. Your card becomes $500. That way it kind of reimburses yourself while I do all the work for you anyway. So you're gonna get the program like for free. But again, here's your Zelle if you did it today. Or you call the office at 800-254-9506. You ask for Scott. From there, let's understand if you give me referrals, that's great. Next thing from there, if you want me to sell you back 10%, I will. I'll pay you 10% for your referral. As long as that person names your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. So keep in mind, that's why I give you my email, so I can get your name and phone number of them too, so you get credit for that as well. But again, it's up to you. Now, the biggest problem you have today is the robocalls and the junk mail because you're on the national mailing list. By the way, if you're a voter, you did it to yourself. They sell that list 412 times a year. You have a cable bill. You have what, a corporation. Why don't you call 888-567-8688 and opt out for 5 years and get off the national mailing list? Ultimate goal, step 4. Next, we have to think about planning the problem. The biggest thing is you loan money to somebody, friend and family, and they probably ripped you off. Or you have someone around your friends and family who ripped you off anyway. Why don't you plan the problem? In other words, you spent thousands of crap didn't probably work. Why don't we take our credit, put that sticky in the procedure I told you earlier, and create your line of defense? All dashboards are simple the way I designed it years ago. 0 to 29 is green, 30 is yellow, all right, 50 is red. So if we put that discipline in place and that sticky, we can get past go. Ultimate goal, what you got to do is stop jacking up your credit, screwing it up. This crap has to stop. Ray, I got an emergency. I'll knock off the crap. It's simple. All cards use the 29% rule, but 2. So you don't jack them up again. You find the 2 that don't use that rule, like a house and a car. Gold and platinum cards, paid over time limit too. As long as you maintain the damn payment, you can max it up to $1 million. And it never makes your score go up or down ever again. Simple to understand. You lose your job, have an emergency, what do? Everybody does the same silly thing. They run out of time, they run out of money, and they jack up their cards in 42 days, and they want to feel sorry for themselves and tell the world, feel sorry for me too. I always say knock off the crap. See, understand something. At the end of the day, I don't think anybody gives a shit. You're going to have your own defensive circle. Okay? When I was eating off the pier out of the trash can at 3 years old, no one gave a shit about me. So I want you to go get it and get the tough enough, go get it. Oh, you want $5,000 today? All right, you need it now. Go ask your friends and family in the bank. They'll say no. But what happens if you don't need it? Here's some more. The average person wastes $50 every other day. Here's a $5,000 card. The payment's $50 a month. What the average person pisses away every other day. The problem is a lack of discipline. So let's understand $140 a week, what most people waste, $600 a month. So that means if I give you $50,000 off a corporate credit card, the payment's $612.26. So that means what the average person wastes in a given month during a pandemic, they could have bought 2 pizza restaurants with a drive-through, using some common sense. Amazing how that could be. Oh, there's white men can jump, and only stupid people say we don't. Nixon took the gold standard out. Now I want you to write down Ray's rules one more time. 100,000 sticky, 29% utilization, 71,000 of safety credit. In case blank is the fan, lots of job, or pandemic. The only thing you're allowed to do from now on is basically let a division screw up. You don't have any intent to do fraud. But if anything screws up, it's a division, not the corp and your family from now on. I want you to have your cake and eat it too. I want you to use Ray's rules. I want you to use number 7. And I want you to become a certified CFO and never bring the pain home. Simple to do. Ultimate goal. So we get to play. So let's understand something today. There I am in a coma 14 years ago. I wish I could have set up my boo and scare the hell out of them, but I was dead. Why don't you Google the address where I parked the 3 yachts in the race boat? And I'll tell you the truth. Now, I've been in 2 comas now. One, I got to be crippled, and Jesus said, get up. I got up, freaked them all out. Last one, I got to die and come back and help you. See, I think the devil's trying to knock us down and hold us back, but God's delays are not God's denials. We could play and let me repackage you like Humpty Dumpty. Would that be okay? We did it my way. What's a corporation again? Oh, it's a legal person that may sue or be sued, public record. You're a duck and a sheep. Your lack of knowledge is what makes people do stupid things. Learn to play like a division. Line of defense. Disconnect, isolate, incorporate tenants in real estate. 2, supply and cash credit. So a division is your line of defense. It's the only thing you're willing to sacrifice if things hit the fan. Divisions give you the line of defense. And they build a corporate umbrella for you. So let's understand today with the tax ID. All right, build credit reports for you. Ultimate goal. The goal next would be getting cash credit cards. As we played the game, check our money too. So let's think, if we're going to multiply this 100,000, if I have 9 divisions, I can probably have $1 million. 41 divisions up to $5 million. There you go. So you got to check your corporation today. Make sure you see it. You have your name all over it, and make sure the address is not home. If it is, change it right away. Keep in mind the goal is put our ducks in a row, because right now when they sue the corp, they sue you, and that sucks. So let's get our line of defense. Ultimate goal. Is that okay? If we play the game, when we get to win? Now I know everyone goes through a sad story. What happens? Boo-hoo-hoo, you lost your job. It's an opportunity to go get a job, no work for yourself in a corporation. There's always a solution. I come out of a coma, all right? Everyone stole my stuff. What am I going to do? Boo-hoo-hoo? No. Sold my wedding ring, my Rolex, my necklace, my bracelet. Had 12 garage sales in Huntington Beach. I got cited 3 times. See, the corporation can build itself once we get you to be the qualified CFO in the first place. Again, today's your last chance for discounts, because today is the last day of the month. It's the 31st. So I've designed my system for $150 checkbook money per entity, and up to a card to $100,000 per entity. Could be a couple cards, so it depends how bad you screw things up. So if I get you a gold card, my next question would be, would you like 9 sisters? That can multiply up to $1 million. Then we have to look at checkbook money. So we would checkbook money per entity, and we build it up. That's $2.5 million, by the way. The ultimate goal, learning how to daisy chain credit. From here, if you want that 100,000, keep in mind today, office sales are usually for 10,000. They have it on sale for $59.99. But if you let me add it to a card, and I basically get to do is ask for separate billing for you, during the broadcast, it is $39.99 for you, if it is Zelled right away. If it's not, that's okay. You can always pay more at the office too. The ultimate goal, if you need to use a credit card now, 800-254-9506. So the corporation's divisions build us. Now, today, I wanted to do something special. $10,000 cash credit to each division. That's what I'm offering today. Ultimate goal. So if you want a division, each division comes with $10,000 of cash credit. Each division is $9.99. Ultimate goal, you want 3 is $29.97. But today, you get 3, all right, for the price of 2. $19.99 gives you $30,000 of credit in 3 divisions. If it is Zelled during the broadcast only, or a call is given to Scott at 800-254-9506. I like goodies. You like goodies yet? I've been collecting goodies since I was 17 years old. Isn't this fun? $1 million corporate credit cards, and up to $5 million of checkbook money. I think that should be your goal. Maybe you'll agree or disagree with that too. Making you a money-making machine. 100,000 to $1 million of supply and vendor credit. OPM money. Sell on Dun & Bradstreet. Have Dun & Bradstreet set up for Amazon and eBay. Simple. So let's understand. If I rebuild you here, can I let the corp and the divisions get credit like a green card? Spark up to 100,000 times 9. We can look at B of A times 9. Wells Fargo times 9. Inc. times 9. Gold card times 9. I count the other 5 cards. But the next thing as we build this up and away, let's think about checkbook money today. Banks will give you unsecured up to $150, as long as you have a 2-year corporation. Very simple to do. If you don't, wait till next year, or get maybe I have 1 or 2 left and we have in stock. These are my 5 favorite ones. I call it checkbook money, but it's per entity. So each entity can get checkbook money up to about 5.4 million if you want. Ultimate goal based on your division, based on your account. We could play the game and learn to win. So today, I think he said, Sancho says we had 3 left. So here's the corporation in California filed in last year. And now it's on its 2nd year. You take that corp, you refile it in your state. And what do? You pay basically your filing fee there. So when they call the office, they charge $9.99. During the broadcast, I give you half price, or $4.99. Very simple to do. Again, it's a Zelle, or you call and ask for Scott. All you got to do is understand on Saturday, I got 10 classes from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're live. This Saturday is one of my most famous classes because I invented Homestead Blocker, UCC One Chattel Mortgage. It's real estate at 8:30. So if you're not in the specialty classes, it's $9.99 for 90 days, or it's $4.99 per class. This crazy stuff has to stop. Now you know there are 2 cards that don't fluctuate from now on. Make sure you get gold and platinum cards up to $1 million, and they even have a paid over limit time too. So every application for cash credit requires a certified CFO. Now, one goal is this simple, understand. Borrow money is not taxable. So again, you're going to buy your lifetime income. The only thing that ever screws up should be a division if you had to with no intent to do fraud. Never the corp, never the family. That's how you have your cake and eat it too. Raise rules, become a certified CFO, and never bring the pain home. Ultimate goal. So if I gave you a check for $1 million today, what would you do with the check? You probably personal bank account. You bank it there. Then you only get to keep $375. If you had a corp and a division of you, I'd tell you put in the bank. Pay all the bills first and pay tax on the leftover. No leftover doesn't seem to be any tax. That's step number 8 today. So let's understand the United States of America Incorporated. They got 50 corporations called states. States got corporate cities. They invented Chapter 9 bankruptcy, Federal Protection Act, so they bankrupt 11 cities in front of you. The debt stayed in business. So you could do the same thing with no intent to do fraud. The ultimate goal is going to be up to you. Step 9. Please Google bankruptcy today. See, you have SSN, SS4. That means debt follows it, or credit reports, and bankruptcy. So many things connected to those 2 things. The next time when blank hits the fan, is it you and your family, or is it going to be division, corporation, subsidiary? Ultimate goal. So if you let me add you to my credit system, I can rebuild you up to $1 million of credit. All right, you go to class, I'm following you on, you follow through, and you got to do what I ask you to do. Now here's the starter package. The corporation this morning at an attorney level, they give you one's $5,000. CPA by corporate service is $22,000. All that's crap as far as I'm concerned, because you didn't learn diddly squat. By the way, they're free in all 50 states. You pay a filing fee. Why don't we rebuild your credit, rapid score, articles, officeless tax ID. You have it, I'll build that one. If not, I'll hand it to you for free. How about set up on level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, all right, for the next 3 months. How about for $999? It's a freaking giveaway. I'm going to give you $5,000 of credit back, 5 times your investment. It's better than being in Vegas. And I'm the only one on planet Earth that does this, by the way. Analyze you, add history, pop your credit as soon as possible. And you learn to be a certified CFO. Ultimate goal as we do this today. There's your Zelle. All right, RW New Zelle, or you can basically call 800-254-9506 and ask for Scott if you want to use a debit card or credit card, and they charge 5% more. So run your race, beat your doubt, kind of get out of my way, the ultimate goal, because I want to get you where you want to go. I think the biggest problem has been you, getting past go. All right, God's gift in the harbor, the mansions in the harbor, and the race boats and the yachts, helicopters, U-Donks, all right, Lamborghinis and buildings too. I'd like you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or mail an address for more privacy, but do what you want because you're the grown-up. That's step 12. Number 13, I want you to think about something today. The car you drive today. You went to the dealership and let them sweat you for 5 hours like a duck and a sheep. You lost $10,000 and probably got 9 inquiries too. By the way, that's not how you buy a car. A car should be fleet price, tax ID division. So you can write it all off and drive a company car. Now the house, when you buy a house, put 2 people on the loan, I'm sorry, I call that stupid. Because that loan to value problem you create for 2 people. One screws up, the other one screwed up. No, lose the house, lose the car. Car shouldn't even be your car. Don't worry, the creditor, you're going to have shitty credit. They're going to report it to the IRS as a 1099-C. Now you get a tax problem and double shitty credit. See, you didn't plan the problem, which you should have done since day one. The registered owner of a pink slip should always be a division. What you're willing to get rid of. Because if you get in a bumpity bump today, they sue you. They kind of screw you up. Once you start planning the problem, be prepared to have a backup for a backup. Every property you obtain should be a division. You don't know who's going to slip and fall and kind of sue you and screw you up too. Your paycheck should be offset by your house payment. Amazon didn't pay tax on the first 10 billion or even the double trillion they're worth today. They know how to play the game. There's no loophole. They're doing what they're allowed to do. It's like he bought Twitter with a line of credit in 2 days. He's twilly dumb, twilly dee. I mean, I've never seen someone screw up a company so stupid. But that's just me thinking he's really stupid. Or he's got a spaceship. So do the other two. Ultimate goal. But again, there's what you got. You can play the game. You can join the club if you want to. That's step 15 today. Run your life through a corporate in conjunction, please. The ultimate goal. As we play, or basically pay tax or buy a Lamborghini. See, your paycheck is taxable income. That means after you get the leftover, you pay car, gas, registration, insurance, and you should be yelling no right now. Why? Because you could be driving a company car like I do. I don't understand why you don't. Why don't you get a hold of an SS4 form today? Go to irs.gov. It's free. You'll see where it says banking and credit purposes too. You never had to be a duck or a sheep. You followed, silly people and you did silly. Sorry to say. Mama delivered a baby this morning since Nixon took the gold standard out. You know what that means? She had to sign the SS5 form for the baby within 2 hours so the baby can go take a nap. See, everything to me is rules and tools. Escrow, close, homestead, trust, buy a house. Oh, you got a house not in a trust? Sorry, when they sue you, they screw you up. And when you die, it's stuck in a probate and your family got diddly squat. It's just true. So we look at fixing up a property, you hire the contractor. That hires a subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. Good workers. But if they slip and cut corners and they fall and they sue you, they screw you up. Don't they take all your goodies too? My way, they get diddly squat. Is that okay? Maybe you look up an irrevocable trust today. That's step 19, 6 more to go. So if you want to be a crook, don't file your tax returns, rip off the IRS, be stupid, go to prison like Wesley Snipes. You can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. Wesley tried it. He went to prison for 3 years, fined $5 million. So understand today, all right, you can't play peekaboo with the IRS making a mess. They have a special form called 656, 433 A and B. Solve the problem. Get yourself back in the system today. That's step 20. Now you should learn to be an OPM. Save up to 70%. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. From there, what do we have to do? If you got $200,000 from escrow, leverage into $15 million. Leverage money, all right, even borrow money is not taxable, set up the line of defense. That's step 21 called blackjack. Ultimate goal, you get to win again. Now the Ray Reynolds University, 2009, 22,000 square foot building, Irvine Spectrum, One Technology Drive, 3 locations in other states too, doing up to $1 million a day. All right, first time in my life I really felt proud of myself, but I got to die in a coma. Then I got to come home and they stole everything I had. What am I going to do? Go boo-hoo-hoo like most of you? Hell no. I took my blueprint, see, I believe we go get it. I took my 5 closet divisions and I built another $1 million of credit. Why would I stay down like you? I'm one of the many. No, I'm one of the few. I don't be like anybody else. I run my own damn race. It's about time you do the same thing too. Step 22, 1,000 steps to millionaire. You want the Millionaire's Founders Kit? It's simple. It's free. 12 books and CDs. You have to just Zelle over $99. That's all you got to do for shipping and handling. Or call the office, ask for Scott, 800-254-9506, and they'll add 5% to that $99. I'm online 45 years or in person. All right, 6 days a week to help people as much as I can. Ultimate go, today's the last day of the month, and it's the last day discounts are happening, period. Okay, as we're getting ready to launch all our other campaigns. Credit, loan, and money. The ability to leverage money, all right, literally, and get up to that $50,000 of positive cash flow per month. If you want the $100,000 today, simple, normally it's $10,000. Office has it on sale for $59.99. But if you did it my way today during this broadcast, add you to an account, separate billing, as I build you up and away, you get your card for you. And the price is $39.99 if it was done today during this broadcast only. If it's done after I'm done talking, it's okay. The office has it on sale for $59.99. And again, it's a Zelle. or you call the office at 800-254-9506. So making you a money-making machine is very important to do. 100,000, 1 million, up to supply and vendor credit. Don't pay a bill up to 90 days. There's always a way to create money to pay off debt as well. OPM, Dun & Bradstreet. And then sell the products on Amazon and eBay. Simple to do. If you don't have the ultimate package, take a picture of this. This allows one call with me, person live, 90 days, level 1, 2, 3, and specialty classes. Based on your investment, that's the bonus credit you get as well. That's something you can do today right away. From there, take a picture of this page. Normally, again, 10,000 is $59.99. If you don't do the discounted one with me right now, all right, just call the office and do the $59.99. Try to give you another $2,000 discount. 1 call, 3 calls, 7 calls, 26. Maybe you want some private coaching as well. It's a Zell. Ray Reynolds, basically, recipient in ray@racecredit.com, or 800-254-9506. Just remember to use the debit or credit card. They charge an extra 5%, because that's what the bank charges us too. Corporations, a legal person, may sue or be sued. So division process, keep in mind, the only thing I'm willing to get rid of is the division, because it's my line of defense. I got to protect the corp and my family. Each tax ID is entitled to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. 9 divisions tend to be up to 1 million. From there, as we daisy chain up to 41, that's up to 5 million. Each entity has been designed for 150 checkbook money and up to $100,000 of credit card too. Get a card, ask for 9 more. Learn the daisy chain. From there, get the checkbook money. Turn it into 2.5 million, up to that too. Again, your choice to learn about daisy chaining of credit. So again, divisions are simple. Today's first time I've ever added $10,000 of history, and cash credit comes with each division. That means under that, if you got 3 divisions today, all right, that would be $30,000 of credit. Okay, but each division is $9.99. Very simple. That means if you got 3, it's $29.97. Today I'm giving basically 3 for $19.99. Ultimate Go, it's a Zell, or you call the office 800-254-9506. You ask for Scott, and he runs a card using an extra 5%. What are you willing to lose? Family, corporation, or division? All I know is very simple. If we play chess today, we're losing pieces on both sides. The way I designed the system is we all get checkmate. That is step 23, by the way. The ultimate Go, reaching the dream, think to be the impossible. Using Ray's rules, corp and divisions, training people to be a certified CFO and never bringing the pain home. If you want to be next, just let us know. From there, add you to my credit system and build you up and away. I got to show you how to get the American dream, and from there to analyze your credit right away. 750 is usually 90 working days. And during the 10 classes on Saturday, the one at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time, I call case numbers and I tell them exactly what I want them to do. From there, we never have joint credit just in the way. You buy a house, escrow, close, homestead, trust. So we understand a corporation's free in all 50 states. Don't spend thousands for something that's free. Divisions for real estate, franchise, current business, and line of defense. All right, Ray's rules, very simple. Getting bonus cash credit. All right, let it offset the taxes and build itself too. Ultimate Go, that's step 24. If all you want me to do is rebuild your credit, simple. There's your 750. Analyze you, add basically rapid rescore. Build your score up and away, 750's goal. You go to class, normally $9.99, 500 on card, 1,000 on card back to you. But today is discounted to $4.99, and you get a $500 card. Starter package, rebuild credit, rapid score. Articles also tax ID are free if you don't have them. Set up in level 1 every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 a.m. This is the V Standard Time for $9.99. It's a giveaway, and you get 5,000 of credit back to you. 5 times your money back. We analyze, we add history, we start popping credit right away. It's better than being in Vegas. You become a certified ultimate goal. It's a Zell. That's all you got to do. RW, which is Zell for too, 800-254-9506. You want to give referrals? Fantastic. I'll build more credit. You want me to Zell 10%? No problem. As long as that referral says your name when they sign up. If not, they blew it for you. So I always offer you, give me their phone number and email too. Ultimate goal. Corporation and entities. All right, simple. Banks use, all right, corpse to corpse. Subsidiaries, they bankrupt locations and write it off and get a tax credit. Anywhere from Sam's Club, Geico, cities, they do it all the time. I think it's time that you stop bringing the pain home, become a certified CFO, and basically understand and focus on program your brain to millionaire status. Look behind the curtain, stop bringing the pain home. All right, we stay safe, strong. We do our best. Jesus does the rest. Amen to that too. So at the end of the day, we all have the ability to get the American dream, but that's up to you. I'd like to coach you for the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It's my last and final year. So if you're going to sell, do it now. If not, you can call 800-254-9506, ask for Scott. If you use a card or a debit card, they do charge an extra 5%. Ultimate goal. We do our best. God does the rest. Amen to that too. At the end of the day, never forget God loves us all.